Hi, welcome to the third video in the series that I'm doing on trig equations. Today we're going to look at what's called mixed trig equations. Some will be positive, some will be negative, and the initial way the question looks will be slightly different, so there's an extra step involved. These are the type you're likely to have in an exam, okay? So first thing we have to do is change the subject to the formula to be tan x. You can't do shift tan or anything like that until you've got tan x isolated on the left hand side. So we're going to move things around a wee bit. So first thing we deal with is minus 7. Minus 7 will go over and become positive 7. So you've got 2 tan x equals 7. Then you need to deal with the times 2 at the front. The opposite times 2 is divide by 2. So we're going to solve tan x equals 7 over 2. Now before I go any further, I like to decide, right, what quadrants am I going to be using? The equation is now positive. The bit on the right hand side is positive, so you tick all and tan. You then go to your calculator and you do inverse tan of 7 over 2. You might want to write that in as 7 divided by 2, I don't know. Now I don't call this x, I call this the acute angle. And you do shift tan of 7 over 2, however you're going to be typing that in, and to nearest whole number we get 74. Then we apply that answer to the two quadrants we've ticked. So in the all box you just leave your answer as it is, it's 74 degrees. And in the tan box, remember that is 180, it's anything after 180. So you do 180 add 74, which gives you 254. And then the last thing is I always underline what my final two answers are. Remember, we're looking for two answers here, okay? Right, let's do another one. So this time we're doing cos. We're going to move things around again. So we're going to move the 3 over first of all. Negative 3 becomes positive 3. So you've got 7 cos x equals 1 plus 3 is 4. Then we have to divide by the 7. So we've got 4 over 7. Go decide what we're using. All sine tan cos. This bit here is positive 4/7, so you tick all and cos. You then do the inverse cos of 4/7, and your acute angle will come out as the nearest whole number 55. We're then going to apply that number to the all in the cos box. So in the all box, you leave your answer as is. In the cos box, that is the 360, take away 55. And that should already be explained to you why we're doing take away from 360. And that gives you 305 degrees. And I'm underlining my final two answers that it's 55 and 305. Okay, I know this says example 4, but it really should probably say example 3. So we're going to rearrange this one. We're going to take the 6 over. It's positive just now, so that's going to become negative. So we will have 8 tan x becomes 0 take away 6 is negative 6. Then we will divide by 8. So it becomes negative 6 over 8. Now feel free to simplify that to 3/4, 0.75, whichever you want. It's not doing any harm leaving it as it is there. Alright. So I'm going to go decide my boxes. Tan is negative here. We've got a negative fraction. So I don't tick tan. I tick the other two. I tick sine and cos. I go and I do inverse tan of 6 over 8. And remember, this gives us our acute angle. So inverse tan of 6 over 8. The nearest whole number is 37. So in the sine box, your first answer, remember that was anything before 180. So we do 180 take away 37. And in the cos box, you do 360 take away 37. So that gives us 143 for our first answer and 323 for our second answer. And I'm underlining what my two answers are. And the reason we're doing that is because I don't want at any point them to think that I think 37 is one of my answers. That's why I don't say this bit here. That's why I don't say x equals 37. I call it the acute angle, something completely different. Okay, there are two ways to go with this one. You notice there's a negative in front of my sine x here. Option 1 is take the sine x over and make it positive. And option 2 is just keep the negative where it is and move the 3. Alright? Normally I would always say, oh, take the -5 sine of x over and make it into positive. But that will create a wee bit more working, and I know that's not always everyone's favourite. So we're going to remember that there's a minus in front of the 5 just now. Okay, and we're going to move the 3. 3 goes over and becomes a takeaway 3. So I have -5 sine x. 4 takeaway 3 is 1. I'm then going to divide by -5. So I've got sine x equals 1 over -5. You can just bring the 1 to the front. Okay, it doesn't need to be on the bottom. So either way, we've got -1/5 here. So I go to my table, all sine, tan, cos. Sine is negative, so I don't tick sine, I tick the other two. I tick tan and cos. Now I can go do the inverse sine of +1/5. Remember that negative never goes into the calculator. So shift sine of 1/5 to nearest whole number gives us 12. Then we go do our answers. So in the tan box, remember that was after 180, so we do 180 plus 12. And in the cos box, we do 360 take away 12. And that gives us answers of 192 and 348. Remember, use your calculators there just to be doubly sure that you're not going to mess up on a simple add or take away, okay? So that's me done 4 examples. I hope that's kind of reminded you of how to change the subject, and there is a mixture, some that are positive, some are negative in there, so you will have to be aware of that, okay? Common mistakes are pupils not realising that they should tick the opposite boxes and doing it in the wrong place. So yeah, we're done. Let's look at, I've got some examples here. There's quite a few. Pick and choose, give some a try, okay? Answers will be on the next slide when you're done, so feel free to pause, go try some of these, and then check your answer when you're done. And hopefully they're all the correct answers. Remember, I do it to the nearest degree. Thanks very much.